night is finally over.
Yeah, and Capuchin TV brings you exciting news for the youth this year 2024 with the youth program called
Form Ni Faith. In this particular program, we will be bringing you Bible trivias.
We have discussions, we have talent show for those ones who love to showcase their talents like singing.
I do what I can, all I can for my people.
Modeling,
oral narratives, spoken words.
Hey, stop walking while I'm talking. Nataka kuji-express, at least nitoe stress. Even if I can smile, it's only for a while. Yesu anakudai, that's why he accepted to die on the cross, to remove your dilemma and to give you a new direction.
Catch us on every Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. only at Capuchin TV.
You can also get the repeat shows every Wednesday from 7 p.m. again only on Capuchin TV. And remember,
if you would love us to come and cover your event, you can contact us on 0717-424-866. Form Ni Faith with your favorite host, Maureen Kimani.
And I, Maggie Maina.
Come all to enjoy in Christ.
The Lord's Prayer.
Awareness Month, that is the month of June, and joining me right now we have a very enabled and phenomenal panelist in the studio. They're gonna be introducing themselves in just a few as we have this candid conversation about Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. But before that, I would love to say that every year this month of June we create awareness right here even at Capuchin TV to make sure that we embark on a conversation on the challenges that men face and how can we make sure that the stigma surrounding men's mental health awareness is not there and their well-being is well conserved and considered, because I know the women are very taken care of than men. And we would love to know, why is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month significant to the people and even to the whole world? And we shall, in case you'd love to join the conversation, you can share your conversation, your questions to us on 0717-424-866, or you can use the SMS number that is 21760 as we engage in the conversation. So welcome to you all, but allow me to introduce my guests to you here. Habari zenu. How are you feeling being here?
Personally, I feel good and privileged to be here at least to share my thoughts.
Very nice, and I'm so glad to have you back here, because it's not your first time coming here at Capuchin TV, especially on the Form Ni Faith show. We have had debates and Bible trivias and so many other conversations. So welcome back again. But could you just introduce yourself to the viewer and to that person who's watching you for the very first time?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Chichigane Bernstein, student at the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, taking journalism. I'm a part of the Scout Selling Invisible Wounds team as the finance admin, and as well I'm a mental health champion. So I'm here to share my thoughts as well as learn from the audience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bernstein Chichigane. All right, moving on, we have a very beautiful lady in the studio. Carol, say hello to the viewer.
Hi everyone, my name is Caroline Wanjiru. I'm a counselor by profession, and I'm so excited that we have considered men, because it's a very huge step. And I can't wait to hear what the men want to say here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Caro. And last but not least, to the only gentleman, Akona Suti. Okay, please say hello to the viewer.
Okay, good afternoon, viewers. My name is Cedric Danda. The resource mobilizations and partnership in charge for Scout Selling Invisible Wound. I'm glad to be here. We'll have candid conversations. Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you very much to all of you for making time to come here and to share these interesting and important conversation that people, especially the men, need to know about their mental well-being. But let's begin by breaking it down. When you talk about mental health, what does a person need to have the key pointer to know what is mental health as a person to you and as a counselor? Carol, would you love to explain to the viewers?
Sure. So mental health is the well-being of a person in general, whether social, physical, and cognitive. And so when we hear about mental health, are you okay? Are you able to cope with stress? Are you able to deal with day-to-day life experiences? So that is in general what is mental health. Yes.
And how would you describe your mental health, maybe in a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm excited.
You're
I'm
excited?
excited to be here. And like I said, I can't wait to hear what these men are going to say.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And because today we're talking about men, and we're very delighted to have two gentlemen in the studio, maybe Bernstein, you can tell us, what does it mean to you as a man and as a brother and as a cousin, representative in the family? What does Men's Mental Health Awareness Month mean to you?
Okay, so whatever Men's Mental Health Month means to me is it's a month that each and every person needs to loud their voice on the importance of having men in the society appreciated and in a way being accommodated and recognized in a way. Because many a times you find that men are most men are forgotten in the society to start with. So there's no that aspect where we have several things that we do as men, but we are not recognized. There are several initiatives that are running. You see, we have the Mother's Day, we have whatever, we have the Suicide Awareness Month, we have the Mental Health Month and all that. But when it comes to the Men's Mental Health Month, actually many men out there do not know that it exists. If I had left a note while I was coming here that today you have to tune in to Capuchin TV so that you listen and know that this thing really exists. So to me it means that people needs to, like, it's a good initiative where people needs to hear more of what men should do to make sure that their mental health is at the right place. Yeah.
All right. And actually, taking you back on last Sunday, we were celebrating the Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, by the way, to all the fathers out there. And it's such a coincidence that celebrating the Father's Day in the month of June, and again, celebrating or maybe creating awareness on men's mental health. Maybe Cedric, would you love to explain to us why is it so important to have these two celebrations to create awareness to men's maybe mental health and whatever the challenges they're going through to the society?
Well, like Bunsen has said, oftenly men are sidelined in these conversations about mental health. And we are actually glad that we are having these conversations a lot nowadays. So the more we create awareness, the more we call on men out there to come and speak out about what they go through, to make even other people understand. Well, actually we talk about let's say I have a problem, and I don't know about the other person's problem. I might not know how to deal with it unless somebody else tells me I've been there, I've been through it, and I've managed to get out of it. So when we talk about the problems we experience as men, that's how we come to solve the issues that we go through as men. So having these conversations, through the month, celebrating fathers, it makes us feel appreciated. Yeah, and that's the start. That's the way to go. Thank you.
Okay.
Just to add on what Cedric has said, I would like to appreciate or make it known that at least for us, the church has given a platform to our fathers, to celebrate their own day, because on Monday was a holiday. So they took the initiative, the Catholic Men Association took the initiative of meeting as a group and discuss the issues. And of course, where men are gathered, there's something to eat. So I just popped in when I was around the church, and it was a really good show. And I would like to appreciate the church for that. So the church has stepped in to at least to impress the Men's Mental Health Month by giving them something they could have shared, and at least there were also priests there who shared a word, and so just for encouragement to them.
There should be St. Francis of
Yes,
Assisi.
St. Francis of Assisi.
Okay, all right. And I'm going to read some key findings about men's mental health. And the research shows that 40% of men have never spoken to anyone about their mental health. And then 29% of those who say they're too embarrassed to speak it out, while 20% say there is a negative stigma on the issue. what is these percentage and key findings? What comes to your mind? Because I feel the 40%, it's still high, because you can see there are some men who feel they're too embarrassed to speak about it, and some they don't feel even the importance of having or maybe sharing their whatever they're going through in their life. What would you say about that, Bernstein?
Okay, the percentages, as you've termed them, they are still very high, and it's not something you're supposed to be proud of. At least you should be proud of when they are coming down. But what I'll say about the same is the society at large has the responsibility, or the community itself has the responsibility of coming out loud and at least giving guidelines on how men should be not necessarily equal, but at least there should be the balance. You see, the Girl Child Initiative came and it popped up. Right now we have ladies who are at the top. Not at the top, and I quote, not like they're leading or whatever, but it's an initiative that picked up very well. So again, we go back to the community and see how can we help this boy child, because a man is, the way a man is brought up, it starts with when the person was like a little kid to whatever age he is right now. So it all starts at the bottom line. So how is the society coming in to embrace like the boy child initiative, so that by the time we are coming to do any findings, like starting from now onwards, we are able to speak of maybe we have a 10% or we have a 5% or completely none, so that we come up with a society where men are free to air out their issues without discrimination, stigmatization, and all those stuffs. Yeah.
Okay, and Carol, to you, as a counselor, I don't know how many men you have interacted with who came to you and they wanted to speak about maybe an issue they were going through. Do you feel men do open up?
Oh, nice question. I would say rarely will they do that. You get few percent, even if you go to again, when you go to rehab, you will find men as well, actually most men, but then when you get to talk to them, what they tell you is, you know, me, I was forced to come here, I don't think I have a problem, you know, and like women, they'll come to you openly and tell you, this is what I'm facing, they even cry. I always tell people, especially men, I tell them, I even have videos that I talk to them and tell them, we were given teary glands, all of us. God did not give teary glands to women alone. So why were we given the teary glands? For you to cry, right? And God knew what he was doing, because he knew when we stay with the emotions inside, that's when we get very huge mental disorders. Talk of schizophrenia, or we become overwhelmed and we take different drugs to cope with the situation. And before we know it, we have serious mental disorders. So I'll say, rarely would you find men who will come to you openly. Sometimes it takes us as counselors to reach out to them. And even when you reach out to them, you have to have a very strong heart, so that when they put you down, because they'll tell you some funny sentences like, don't you think I'm a man? Don't you think I need your help? I don't need you, you know. So it takes you as a counselor to be courageous enough and keep on reaching out day in, day out, until they give in. But with one instance, rarely will they come to you. Rarely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think from the insight you've been able to make, I'd love to pose a question to Cedric, because I remember the last time, that is last year, we had a conversation about mental health in general. There was this person who asked, do men cry? Do you, Cedric? Maybe you can tell us, because you know, women sometimes when you go through something that is very hurtful, you cry and then you speak it out to your friends, and then later on, maybe tomorrow, you're going to be okay. Do men cry?
I think some do, not all of them, of course.
Do you? Or you don't want to share about that?
Maybe not share about that.
Okay.
Yeah, but yes, we do. Men do cry, and you actually encourage them to do so. You need to be vulnerable. Speak out what you're going through. When you suppress what you're going through, you'll reach an optimum, but you'll burst out. Actually, that's when you get to those points that you experience the mental health issues now that come along with that. because you never solve your issues. You never cried it out, you never let it out.
Yeah.
So it is necessary to cry.
So it's okay to cry.
It is very okay.
And it's okay for men also to cry.
Sure, 100%.
Because I know the ladies are scream all over.
Maybe just to echo what Cedric has said, it is true men should cry and we also cry. When I say we, I'm counting myself in the many people that are there. The only thing we do, we don't cry in public. Though I do encourage men, cry out. Just the same way a lady would stand up in the midst of a congregation and just start to scream. Because in their phone they've seen something that is not right, maybe an information that has triggered them. It's good even you at your own space. Just stand up well if you can. People will judge you at that moment, but on your part you've done it like willingly. I've cried, so how is this issue being solved? You see? So I've cried, yes. Then you look at it that if I did not cry, maybe could I have suppressed the whatever was bothering me? Maybe it could have gone to an extent that I'll use other means of letting it out that are negative coping mechanisms for that matter. Yeah, so I'll encourage anyone, even the crew that is here, if you find it hard, just shout out.
But not right now. We have to. We have to make sure that we end the show and we help the viewers to learn more about it. And let's talk about the theme for this year. That is our Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and the theme is about to empower men to take control of their physical and mental well-being. Why choose this theme?
The theme, I think, the reason why the theme was chosen is your physical health relates to your mental health. Like they go hand in hand, they correlate in a way. So when your mental health is at par, you find that even physically you are productive enough to do whatever a normal in quote person will be able to do. So the theme itself surrounds an environment where we need to have productive men around, and for you to be productive you need to prioritize your mental health. So when you keep your mental health at par, that's when you are productive enough to carry on your daily duties. Yes, that's what I'll say from my part.
Okay, thank you very much, Bernstein, for that. And Carol, maybe you can shed more light about some of the signs that maybe you have ever experienced, maybe when having a conversation with men when it comes to mental health, well-being. How do you know a person is not okay, especially for men such that they don't talk, they don't cry, especially Bernstein talked about men they don't cry in public, but for us women, we don't consider whether it's in public space, whether you're alone, you're ready to go to cry anytime. So what are some of the signs that maybe can be able to look up to and to pay attention to when it comes to men's mental health?
Actually, it is if you're keen enough, it's very easy to take note, because for one, if someone is very active in whatever they do, for example, at work, they come and tell you how they love whatever they've been able to present at work and things like that, but all of a sudden they've come when they're not energetic. You know, that's a sign to tell you, as a wife, as a daughter, as a girlfriend, as a sister, that there's something that is happening there. And maybe find out from him, hey, what's up? What happened? When you left here, you were a bit jovial, or I used to see you coming from work very energetic. What is happening? So that is one. Secondly, they're not, again, energetic to do what they used to do. For example, there are people who go to the gym, but all of a sudden, they're oversleeping. They're not going to work. They're not going to that gym, you know. So they're sleeping too much, yeah, and they're not doing what they love doing. If it's going for football, they no longer go there. Yeah, they prefer staying indoors and they prefer staying on their own. Not that. They can be, you know, they can be they can be in their bedrooms on their own, and they do not want anyone else to be there. So that's another sign that shows, hey, something is happening here. Also, they don't have energy. I'll use that word a lot of times. They do not have energy or psyche to eat. We all know that men eat, right? So if they are not eating, or they are eating but eating too little every single time, there's a problem, because maybe they do not have appetite, and stress comes with mental health. Poor mental health comes with not having the psyche to eat as well, or you cannot even, you don't feel like eating, or you eat because for the sake of it, but you're not eating the amount that you used to eat. So that's another thing. Basically what I'm saying is look at the nonverbals. You don't have to be told, hey, I have a breakdown. You just see things happening. Yeah, your friend is losing weight. Remember, you've been seeing them a certain way. Now they look like they're almost finished. They're finished in a way, right? At work, as a workmate, right? This person is no longer talking to you people, you know? He does his things, go. Does his thing, he goes. He's no longer talking the way he used to talk to you people, no longer interacts with people, no longer gets, you can even tell someone is not psyched up to work. So there's something. So what I can say to the viewers is check the nonverbals a lot. It will save you. Yes.
Okay. Yes, Cedric, I can see you want to add on something.
Yeah, sure. Maybe to add on that, she has actually mentioned quite a number. I think one that usually turns out more is the self-isolation. Men tend to self-isolate when they're going through their problems. That's the time they don't want to be around friends. They tend to avoid those things she was talking about, going to the gym where people are. They don't want to be around those places. The other thing maybe that she might not have mentioned is irritability. Yeah, some of them become irritable at that time. Whenever they're around you, it's just problems, issues like that. You know, they get irritated by very small things, very petty things. So that's another sign. You should watch it out. He's been a very happy person, but all of a sudden he's irritable. That's another sign.
Okay.
Anyway, for some people who are slim enough like us already, you might not notice the weight loss. So those other changes, yeah.
Okay. To add on, before you add, also another thing that is major that has been seen and has been researched by scientists is most men tend to go to drinking. So they were not, maybe they were drinking, but not so much. Now they're heavily drinking, heavily using a certain drug. There's a problem. Yes.
And that's where addiction comes in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right,
I guess she has read my mind. That's what I was about I was to come up with. But anyways, she has mentioned.
That's it. Yeah. The Holy Spirit.
Maybe the last one. There's another trend of people who talk a lot actually when they're going through something. That's the time they just keep talking. We call it yapping. They yap a lot with nothing meaningful sometimes, but they won't share what they're going through. Just talking. Yes.
Okay. All right. And I remember when I was doing a research about men's mental health, and just to see how people are, coming out to spread how men's mental health is very important and significant to us and to the society at large. And I read a comment of a person who said that what is even men's mental health? She wasn't even aware that June is men's mental health. Do you feel maybe as a society, as people, we're not advocating much about men? We're not getting considerate about men? Because I remember during our last event that I attended at Don Bosco during the Central Dinary Family Day, and Bishop Kamamoy talked about if it was women celebrating their Mother's Day, ungesikia tu, hey, it's a Mother's Day, but the men, even Happy Father's Day, not so many people were having a conversation or even wishing the men Happy Father's Day. How do you feel? Are we failing on that?
Okay, let me say we are not failing. You know, we have, like us counseling these wounds, we try to create awareness on the same. Maybe let's just say we've not reached out to the number that all the men that we need to reach out to, and even the women actually. But maybe steadily and firmly, every year we do this, every time that we're supposed to do this, we do it steadily. We'll get there one day. Yeah, so the few already know about it, let's own it up. It's about us, the men, and even the women around in our lives. Our mental health, when it's affected, it affects you too. So you also need to own it up, share it well, you create the awareness, let it reach out to everybody out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Bernstein, I saw you are ready to say something.
Just on that, I think, like he has said, we are not failing. at least we are putting measures in place to make sure that we are recognized as men in the society. And one way we can do this is actually just the same way your events or your activities are hyped. It's the same way you should be able to embrace ours. On Valentine's Day, you'll find each and every lady in the DMs just talking about, will you get me flowers, will you do this? But when it comes to Father's Day, rarely do they. You even forgot to wish your own parent a happy Father's Day because he's the man in the house. But when it comes to your mother, that's the very first thing you do in the morning. And you'll go even to the supermarket, get something for your mom, and actually give them. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just trying to say we should like balance. We are not deviating from it, but balance it. Like if I've gotten something for my mom, when it comes that I need to do the same to my dad, let it be equal. Just like in our family, you'll never find there are people who are sidelined. We are all taken up as children, and we are on the same table.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And actually, the reason why. Maybe there is no significant reason why June falls, why men's mental health fall on June, but I guess the two activities correlate. We have Father's Day and we have the whatever men's mental health day. So you find that before we reach the Father's Day, already it has been created all through from 1st June till now. So by the time it's reaching Father's Day, the information is all over. But again, you'll find there are people who do not know about the same. So you wonder where are we failing, or where have we not tried that much to reach there? But I hope I'm hopeful that someday will be noticed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I think we're going to take a very short break, but when we come back, we shall continue with the conversation, because I can see, Cedric, you are ready to say something. Probably, is it a burning? Do we take a break? We continue with the conversation?
I'll be quick.
Okay, thank
just
you.
Just on the same, Father's Day, it doesn't mean that, Father's Day doesn't mean that you have to celebrate only your father. There might be a father figure in your life. It could be your teacher, it could be your brother, it could be, whoever it is, a father figure in your life. So celebrate that one, even if you I know that sometimes we have people say, mothers who became fathers. Let the men also have their day. Celebrate the men in your life.
Okay.
Yes.
Including our priests.
Yes.
Well, all right. And actually, I'm thinking, do men not love themselves? Because as for women, I know we take good care of ourselves. We go for pedicure, we have manicure. I don't know what you men do, so probably we shall continue with that conversation. You can tell us what you do to take care of your mental health, and of course we can have a conversation on how the media can have an influence on creating awareness and supporting men in the society. So we're going to take a very short break, but when we come back, we shall continue with the conversation. Stay tuned up for that in just a few. In case you have any question, please do share with us on 0717 424 866, or you can use the SMS number that is 21760. Stay tuned for that. We shall be right back in just a few.
Tunazidi kumshukuru Mungu kwa zawadi ya mapadri wetu wa Capuchin ambao kwa muda wa miaka 50 ya uinjilishaji wanaeneza habari njema ya upendo kwa watu wengi. Wamemhubiri Kristo kwa watu wengi, na Kristo ameguza maisha ya watu wengi kwa mahubiri ya mapadri wetu. Tuombee shirika letu la Capuchin, Mungu azidi kuwabariki. Na wanaposherehekea miaka 50, Mungu azidi kuwa pamoja na hao. Tuzidi kuwaombea kila mmoja wetu. Wakati unasali, kumbuka kuombea Capuchin wetu ambao wamesambaa kote kote ulimwenguni wakihubiri habari njema.
Tuendelee kufanya kazi. Paybill number 510678. Account name capstv.
The Lord's Prayer. Our Father, in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
To get Lord's Prayer as your Skiza tune, send Skiza followed by code 738-102-64 and send it to 811.
Hello dear viewer, welcome to our second part of Home New Faith right here on Capuchin TV with me, Maureen Kimani. As today we embark on a conversation about understanding the significance of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And in case you are joining us for the first time, karibu sana. And if you were on our first part, welcome back to all of you watching us. And as we continue with the conversation on how we can, work together to ensure that we support the men in our society, just to ensure that their mental well-being is well taken care of. And I would love to say that, mental health affects the way we feel, the way we think, and the way we act. So it's very crucial to everybody, not just for the men, just to you and to everyone in your home, in the society, and to your working place. So welcome back to all of you. And allow me to introduce and to welcome back my guests here with me. Karibuni sana to our second part. We have Capuchin Bernstein, welcome back. And we have Caro Wanjiru and Cedric Danda. Karibuni sana. And let's continue the conversation. And before we went for the break, I mentioned on how women take care of their mental health. And we talked about the pedicure, manicure, and all sorts of things. So men, how do you spoil yourself? Bernstein.
It's not a surprise that you'll find some of us in the boutique, in the palace doing their pedicure and whatever. So you shouldn't stigmatize them. It's part of their how they keep their mental health up to par. But I guess this goes hand in hand with what you love doing most. Most men will find they'll influence each other and go watch a football match. Like Gor Mahia is playing somewhere. You find the whole weekend we are out. We watch the match, after which now we go for a Rumba night. And it's good that ladies out there notice that when we go for Rumba night, we've not gone for drinks and whatever. You just go there. It's a live band. You go just sit down, relax, enjoy the music at that place. The environment is serene. We have men who do swimming as well. You'll find men will just decide this weekend it's a men's day out. We go swimming, we go eat, just do some fancy stuff so that at least we embrace each other and share more, as well as entertain ourselves for that day. Yeah.
Okay, and Cara, because I can see you're smiling and giggling about whatever Bernstein have been able to talk about. Do you feel men are not selfish enough to take care of themselves? And according to the relationship that you have with your friends who are male and as a counselor, what have you observed? when it comes to men taking care of their men's, mental health well-being?
I feel like things are really changing. When you take us back to 1990 something, things were just dull for men, but nowadays things have changed. You go to, like he said, you go to a spa and find out that the guy is massaged over there, which is okay, you know, after a very long work day or the whole week working, that massage is very necessary. You'll find them doing a very nice cut. When you wakitoka huko nje, you'll be like, hey, who's that? Again, as simple as moisturizing their lips. You know, some people will take it, those people who are not yet familiar with mental health, they'll be like, hey, huyo anakaa kama msichana kwa nini? But moisturizing, jagani your lips are cracked and then you can't even apply Nivea. You know, as long as it's not colored, it's okay, right? I've seen most men in this Kenya, at least in Nairobi, they're going for gym. Gym is a thing for them. You find them seriously doing that stuff. So for them, they're actually working out a lot. You also find them buying nice shoes, you know. And as much as you're saying men are not going for counseling, you'll find them coming, you know, and they will give you different issues with them. Like, for example, they're really concerned about their finances, you know. They feel like they have a lot in them. So I feel like things have changed and they're really embracing their self-care. They're really embracing it. And you find them talking about, they're talking to their friends about how they feel pressured to marry, yet they're not ready, they're worried about 1, 2, 3. They might not go to a counselor, but they talk to their friends. However, I will encourage those friends to speak positivity to them, because you'll find them laughing. And I don't know if it's a coping mechanism for men, but you'll find them laughing and then tell them that, hey, bro, acha ujinga, ebu changamka, kwani hiyo ni kitu ya kuku stress, you know. But I feel like things are changing. There are men who listen to them closely, and they encourage them. So I feel like things have really changed. Men are really taking care of themselves. We are not yet there, but they are really taking care of themselves.
Okay, but
Yeah.
when you say that it's okay for men to get the massage pale kwa kinyozi, you see, wanasema hiyo ndio kazi ya kina mamas. Haitakuwa vita.
Hiyo si kazi ya kina mama. Actually, it's something that is good. You see, when you go massaging, of course, it's that. We can say that's a business. It's someone's business. You see, you've not gone there like to do your own stuff. So you're just being there, massaging, you get back home.
And also, we are not talking about that kind of massage that looks like you're just playing around, or we're talking about serious massage. We're also talking about maybe say there's another therapy that is seriously done, and especially by men. But I think when men go there, they ask for women, because it will be so weird for them to be done for by men. But nowadays, we are really adjusting. It doesn't matter who's doing it. They will just, as long as they are massaged well until their tissues are okay. Right? Yeah, body tissues, that's what I mean.
All right.
Yeah.
And as long as...
It's that weird that we want to eliminate, so that when you get to a parlor massage, you want to do your own massage, whoever you find there is the person to take care of you, as long as your intention has been met.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much at Caro and Bankstein for that insight. So let's talk, maybe Cedric, you can be able to explain to the viewers. When you talk about the media plays a big role in any point. What can the media, adjust and make sure that they advocate for men's mental health, not only just for the month of June, but the whole year?
I think the media is trying so far. I've been seeing a lot of messages about mental health literally on the screen sometimes. And the more we do that, actually, the better. It shouldn't be maybe like this month and that you're talking about men. Shouldn't be just for the month of men, or maybe when we're celebrating mothers is when we see those messages. It should be, even if it's a weekly thing, daily thing, maybe just one message or two. People go through things every day. So maybe that message every day, maybe it will get to somebody. There's somebody who might be going through something that you've written about on that specific day. That person will feel encouraged. So let's keep creating the awareness, keep posting those things, keep just create the awareness.
Okay.
to 365.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think what I can add on is we have had several shows that are running on the televisions and whatever, even you can watch through your phones, and this evolving characters that have been given the characteristics of acting like you need help, like this man is seeking for help somewhere, and eventually the person gets help and is able to fulfill their daily desires. So if the media is to go as per that aspect, you find people will learn as in people will learn from them in a way. So they find that if this man can be able to ask for help, and eventually the problem the guy was like going through is like whatever I'm going through, you find that if I ask help, I'll be able to get out of it like he has done. That's what I could add on.
Yeah.
And as I received my men's mental health message from my phone,
Wow.
so at least the media is at least on top of it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And Carol, perhaps you can be able to tell us how can the workplaces, because most of us spend a lot of our hours during the day in the workplaces, and then when you go home, you're very tired, you just eat, you take shower, and that's it. You don't have much activity going in. How can the workplaces work hand in hand to ensure that not only just for the men, but also for everybody who is working at that company, that particular company, but mostly for the men? Because, you know, women, we say that women do talk. What about, how can we support the men in various workplaces?
Okay. Very good question. I feel excited answering this because I know what people come and present to our offices. Well, for one, teamwork, you know, because most organizations, you find them, you know, and especially if someone is naturally a giver, you know what I mean by that? Like they're those people who give a lot, you know, they do a lot at work. So some people take advantage of that and leave everything to them. Obviously, by the end of that week, or even at the end of that day, they'll have burnout. So a lot of teamwork should be emphasized and let people stick to what they are able to do, you know. If you've employed a person for finance, stop letting them do another work for education. You know, you're forcing them to do education. Yes, they are good at finance. It's not fair, honestly. Higher. Secondly, they should emphasize so much on team building, because so much work with no play makes Jack a dull boy. But anyway, teamwork should be, team building should be emphasized, because you've seen very few organizations focus on team building. So that is very wrong. Team building should be there. Set aside money for team building. It's necessary. It's through team building you, as an employer, you're able to understand what can you improve, you know, what can you continue do, you know, things like those. So team building is very, very key. Also having counselors in those organizations, because honestly, and a counselor away from not one of the employees, a counselor different, who doesn't know who you guys are, just the counselor comes in every time for debriefing. So that is very necessary. And then we should not just assume people are okay and you just bring your issues there at work. You know, when it comes to work, work is work. Whatever you have, please deal with whatever you're going through, so that people can have easy time, you know. Make work enjoyable, you know. Talk to your people, talk to your employees, talk to them in a random way, but not like you're bossing them around, you know. And respect, most of all. You can think respect is just something that is a normal thing, but respect should be there. Respect your colleagues, because you find that some men quit because of lack of respect, you know. And for them, respect is very key. So once you disrespect them, they get stressed, and then finally they decide to quit. So respect, and most of all, just finding out how your employees are faring on. Give them necessary help where needed.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. And I can see time is not on our side. We should be winding up with our conversation. So I think, because I can see Cedric, you want to say something. You're gonna make sure it's part of your takeaway. But allow me to read some few comments here, and just to the people who are following us, we have Fifi Emosh. There's a person who says, hello, naitwa Eliza nikiwatizama nikiwa Mkindani, jimbo kuu la Mombasa. Thank you very much, Eliza. And we have Peter Clare, na watazama nikiwa jimbo la Bungoma, Kimatuni Parish. Thank you very much for following the conversation, and I hope you are enjoying it. So Cedric, within maybe 1 second, I don't know, 2 minutes, please do your takeaway and whatever you'd love to share to the viewers as far as Men's Mental Health Month is concerned.
All right. So what she was mentioning about team building, I happened to attend a wellness day for Ketraco, the corporation. One time I was invited to provide some service there. And I actually loved the title. Actually, the title was Ketraco Wellness Day. It's not even team building. So they were being taught about, the issues about how to, maintain the work-life balance, financial literacy, all those things, the things that affect them at work. That's the conversation, the type of conversation we need. They still had the fun, the plays that they do, but they got empowered as well. Right. So maybe on to my takeaway. Men, let's own this thing up. You see, I was checking something, the research that I think was released late last year. It was saying that we have like about 11-12% of suicide cases yearly. Okay, and out of these 12%, 9.2% is men. You see, then 3% is women. So it's because we don't talk. But women, always find a way to share their issues and everything. And I'm happy for them for that, by the way. But for men now, let's take charge of ourselves. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's have these conversations. Share. Our problem shared is a problem now solved. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Cedric. Yes, Bernstein, what do you have to say?
So I would really encourage we start this thing from the bottom line, like from our children. So the mothers at home, do not harden your kids to the extent that when it comes, they've grown to being men, they're unable to be like altered in any way. So the conversation should start immediately. The young boy, the person is a young boy, so that by the time he's growing, he knows what exactly to do and what not to do. And to the fathers out there, this is our thing. We should own it up. And as men, we need to embrace this. Let us love ourselves just the way ladies love themselves.
All right. Thank you very much to all of you for making time. And allow me to read one last comment here. We have someone who said, amazing conversation with the Scouts Healing Invisible team. I applaud and encourage them to continue empowering the youth with the mental health wellness skills. I am Diana from Embu. So thank you very much, Diana, and thank you to the team. So congratulations, and to all of you who are following the conversation. We have Kevin Cheriot, happy Men's Mental Health. I can see you're saying you're waiting for that big shout out. So thank you too for following the conversation. And to Brenda, thank you to all of you, and to Capuchin TV crew for making this a successful conversation. But this conversation about men's mental health doesn't end here. Let us continue empowering and creating and advocating for men's well-being. So thank you very much. Until next time, my name is Maureen Kimani. Stay healthy and God bless. See you next time.
Yo, what's up, my guys? Yeah, Jenny was say the wait is finally over.
Yeah, and Capuchin TV brings you exciting news for the youth this year 2024 with a youth program called
Form Ni Faith. In this particular program, we will be bringing you Bible trivias.
We have discussions. We have talent show for those ones who love to showcase their talents, like singing.
I do what I can when I can, all I can for my people.
modeling,
oral narratives, spoken words.
Hey, stop walking while I'm talking. Nataka kuji-express, at least nitoe stress. Even if I can smile, it's only for a while. Yesu anakudai, invited to die on the cross, to remove your dilemma and to give you a new direction.
Catch us on every Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. only at Capuchin TV.
You can also get the repeat shows every Wednesday from 7 p.m. again only on Capuchin TV. And remember,
if you would love us to come and cover your event, you can contact us on 0717-424-866. Form New Faith with your favorite host, Maureen Kimani.
and I, Maggie Maina.
Come all to enjoy in Christ.
Huyu ni Yesu Nazareti, Bwana. Huyu ni Yesu